More than a month since dozens of migrants were flown to Sacramento as part of Florida's migrant relocation program, and now questions still remain, like who was involved and how much did those flights cost?
And now at 6, ABC 27's investigative reporter Katie LaGrone's learning on how the officials in California are searching for answers.
Last month, Florida chartered 2 planes to fly 36 asylum-seeking migrants from New Mexico to Sacramento as part of the state's $12 million migrant relocation program.
If there's a policy to have an open border, then I think the sanctuary jurisdiction should be the ones that have to bear that.
Now, 5 weeks later, the DeSantis administration has yet to release public documents revealing how these flights were arranged and how much they cost.
This is the least transparent administration that I've seen in the 35 years that I've been doing this.
Michael Barfield is Director of Public Access for Florida's Center for Government Accountability. Last year, the nonpartisan nonprofit sued the DeSantis administration after the state delayed turning over records related to its first round of migrant flights to Martha's Vineyard. And while the state eventually released hundreds of documents related to those flights, Barfield says Florida's ongoing secrecy about its migrant transportation program has recently prompted calls from California Governor Gavin Newsom's Legal Affairs Secretary, who's seeking details about the Sacramento charters.
Well, they reached out to us because they are experiencing exactly what everyone else is, which is a delay and denial of access to information about how these events came together.
In this email acknowledging their communication with the center, a spokesperson from Governor Newsom's office stated, "For a state known for its sunshine, Tallahassee is awfully cloudy these days." To date, little is known about the California flights on Florida's dime. In its only statement about the flights released after 5 p.m. June 6th, after both rounds of flights, Florida's Division of Emergency Management described the flights as, quote, voluntary. In video they provided, it appeared to show participants signing forms, happy and celebrating.
It's a silly, cruel, inhumane, disgusting political stunt.
In interviews from early June, California's Attorney General suggested the migrants were lured through false promises of jobs. He, too, has submitted his own series of public records requests to Florida that have also yet to be fulfilled. While the state has contracted with 3 companies to carry out its migrant relocation program, contracts available online shed little light on specifics and costs. All details available in public records Florida officials have yet to actually make public.
We need this information to be able to perform our mission to educate the citizens about the use of taxpayer resources, and they can make their own decisions about whether they think this is a good idea or bad one.
When asked when records pertaining to these flights could start being released, neither the governor's office nor Florida's Division of Emergency Management could provide us with any specific details. I'm Katie LaGrone reporting.